Billie Eilish has entered a new era and I am here for it. In this video, I will discuss the contrast between her old songs and her newer songs that shows a transition into adulthood and womanhood. Everybody could agree that early Billie made many depressing songs, but now I see that she's making more empowering songs, and I'll support that statement by providing a short timeline of songs with their meanings. The very first song Billie has sung was Ocean Eyes in 2016, which was written by her brother Phineas. This was about a toxic relationship that she was in, but she was just so entranced in that person's eyes that she decides to stay in that relationship. Not so depressing, but it starts to get depressing in 2017 and 2019. 2017 had the songs Lovely, Hostage, When the Party's Over, and Bellyache. When the Party's Over is about a depressive episode she has, and she wants to be alone, essentially. Bellyache was about being a psychopath. Lovely was about trying to surmount the depression that she was drowning in. And Hostage is about wanting to keep her lover for herself and not anyone else. The song Hostage really shows that she's too young and, dare I say, immature for relationships. And hear me out on this one. In a relationship, trust needs to exist. And if you are constantly jealous or possessive, then there's no trust, which is the very foundation of a relationship. And as you get older, you are more likely to be less possessive. However, I do acknowledge that there are men and women who are very possessive in older ages. But I say this explanation because this era is Billie growing up and transitioning into adulthood. I also want to list some more songs that were depressing, such as I Don't Want to Be You Anymore, which is essentially a self-loathing song. And if you noticed the you in the title, it just refers to herself again, meaning she hates herself. Wish You Were Gay was wishing the guy she was infatuated with had an excuse that he had no control over, so she could have closure, and so she can move on. And she's not being homophobic. I just want to end that right there, okay? Someone young will obsess over a dude who is not interested in them, while someone older is most likely to shoot their shot and walk away if it missed. Whatever. You could see growth in Billie as shown in No Time to Die, which was released in 2020, where she gave her best shot toward a dude, but it didn't pan out, so she stops caring and she moves on from it, and it's okay. And in that song, she also mentioned something about another lesson to learn, which further proves her transition into adulthood, blah 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 blah. But not only adulthood, but also the era that she will be entering, which is technically the same thing, but I mean era as in her brand, and that might be too soon to say that. But her brand is baggy clothing, but the brand might shift. She might. It's not the end of baggy clothing, but it's not gonna be every single day. The first indicator of this was when she was in a concert in a revealing top, or this tank top with water. I think it was called Not My Responsibility. You can look it up on YouTube. But that was the first predictor in the past of her hinting toward a new era, and that era being someone embracing their body. And although she covered her body so she wouldn't be sexualized, because before she was a minor, it's weird for a minor to be sexualized, she did find confidence in hiding her body. But now she wants to have confidence in showing her body, hence her new era. Why can't we have both? But I do want to acknowledge that some of her songs are non-depressing, such as the adorable one called Ilo Milo, which is basically a video game-inspired game about the fear of separation. She says in an interview that the, quote, whole idea of the game is just losing the person you love and then finding them again, end quote. I mention this because, everybody knows Billie Eilish for her, horror, creepy, and just depressing songs, but I also want to make it clear that she does sprinkle in, some songs that aren't so depressing, and Ilo Milo being one of them. The song is actually kind of wholesome. And so I only grabbed a small snippet of songs from Billie, and it would just make this video longer if I drone on and on about what they're about, and we have no time for that, or no time to die. Sorry, bad joke. That joke didn't even make sense. I'm sorry. Many of her songs pretty much explore modern youth, heartbreak especially, drug addiction, suicide, and mental health, to sum it up. That's pretty much the main themes that she covers. Now let's get to the British Vogue magazine cover that everyone is raving and or hating about. This beautiful goddess, yes I am simping, has decided to dress up as an old-timey pinup model with a beautiful corset with some lingerie, and I am so here for it. However, there were a lot of people not here for it, and I will be showing some Instagram posts that she got and reacting to them. First off, does a person need to stick to a particular style for the rest of your life until you die? I mean, common people have phases with their style, such as the emo phase, preppy girl phase, cottagecore, or the e-girl looks. I mean, just because she's a celebrity does not separate her from wanting to express herself in different styles. Like, why can't celebrities be human? Why can't they, explore their experiment? That's what I was looking for. Why can't they experiment? Secondly, it is not common for celebrities to have an old-timey pinup look. So, I don't know. Like, yeah, some of them do wear, like, lingerie, but old-timey pinup look lingerie? I don't know. I haven't seen that in a while, okay? Although she has released Your Power as part of her new upcoming album. And do you sincerely think that song is what everybody else is doing? No. You're just saying she is like everyone else just because she is showing some shoulders and cleavage that you do not approve about on a Vogue British magazine cover. It's like, honestly, like, these people say they're fans 1 minute and then she changes up and they're like, whoa, let's not go there, And, show me one celebrity that she looks like with similar music. I'll wait. No, actually, I have No Time to Die or that shit because there is no one. Sorry again. Okay, so there was a comment that could perfectly reply to this crappy comment, and I'll just display it on the screen. You can pause. I'm just gonna move on because oh my god. Who's gonna tell them that she personally asked to dress up as a pinup model herself because she liked the style? And why can't she be a sexy robot? Like, sexy is nice, robots are cool. I don't see the point in your statement. I don't see it as a sexy robot. I don't really see the insult. Also, I personally do not find her music to sound the same, but that is up to your interpretation, guys. If you think that, I totally respect your opinion. As for me, my opinion, I don't think her music sounds the same. Yes, she has not the same, but I mean, she does have like a whispery type voice, but I can clearly tell the difference in her songs. Look, I'm all for parenting your kid and restricting what you deem inappropriate. Hell, I don't mind you restricting your daughter from ever seeing Billie. Like, I really don't mind. Like, that's your kid, that's your parenting. Not my business. Cool. However, I am annoyed by this comment because it is not Billie's responsibility to be PG for your kid. The world does not revolve around your daughter where Billie has to dress in a certain way for a particular audience, hence your little 10-year-old. Her target demographic isn't even 10-year-old girls, so I don't really... What? And Billie is a human being who's growing as a person and a woman, so you should be the first to understand her evolution of style. Also, when did Billie ever say that it is empowering to feed into stereotypes? Like, you're just pulling that out of your butt, so... I think the last statement you said is garbage because she is not selling underwear for fame. The main purpose was to show her new era, but okay, Sharon. She's 19. Okay, no profile account. Really easy to be anonymous when talking shit, right? Now, the last comment that explains my feeling right now is this. Okay, back on track with the Vogue cover. I will be showing a series of the photo shoot. Oops. I will be showing a series of the photo shoot pictures that she has taken. The first picture is stunning, and it really shocks you when you see it at first because you're just not used to it. And although it's not my favorite picture, it's a very flattering picture of Billie's new style. Now, I wish they posed her in a way that was not awkward, but she still looks stunning in the lingerie. I love the combination of the trench coat as well, but I just wish the pose was more natural looking and not awkward. This is my second favorite picture because of the pose, the outfit, her look. It's just chef's kiss, okay? And God, this lingerie outfit looks so good on her, and I love the lines of the mesh sleeves. It's just, oh my gosh. Now, this is by far my favorite photo because of pretty much everything, But I think the pose is what's so appealing to me. Like, it just really draws me in because it's like kind of artistic, I guess. And notice how all of her photos are just tasteful. They're just so good. I love the outfit in this one, and I love how she is pulling up the mesh or whatever that is. But I wish the crew had posed her and her feet in a different way. And I'm no model, director, professional photographer, or I don't know, whoever works backstage. This is just my opinion. Maybe that's a great pose, but in my opinion, I think that it looks a little awkward. But she still looks. She's hit the nail on how stunning she is. Like, that's all I could say. Now, even though the Vogue cover does suggest that Billie is entering a new era of style, it does not mean the end for baggy clothing. After all, in Your Power, she is not wearing something quote-unquote revealing. She is experimenting, and that is okay. She may wear baggy clothing, but she might also wear less modest clothing sometimes, and people need to be okay with that because, it's her body. Like, I don't know why people think this is the end of the world. You know what? End of the World, that's a song that she has, and I actually have that in my playlist. Oh, I think that one's pretty depressing too. Anyway, get back on track. Okay. So Billie did an interview discussing the fake positivity that people are on about. She says, quote, "If you're body positivity, why would you wear a corset? Why wouldn't you show your actual body?" End quote. She said this before the backlash, which means she predicted the hate. But anyway, she continues by saying, quote, "My thing is that I can do whatever I want. It's all about what makes you feel good. If you want to get surgery, go get surgery. If you want to wear a dress that somebody thinks you look too big wearing, fuck it. If you feel like you look good, okay?" Well, she didn't say okay. End quote. She also discusses misogynistic attitudes toward women. She references a lyric from a song that, quote, "You can't make a wife out of a hoe," end quote. I'm sure you guys heard of that. Yet men seem attracted to those women regardless, but also disrespect them by calling them a hoe, whore, or slut. She wants to turn it around and make it so she is empowered. And she says that showing off her body should not take any respect away from her because, which I totally resonate with. Like, you should not be disrespected just because you're wearing non-modest clothing. I don't get it. And why is there such a stigma on what clothing women wear? Like, why can't someone be respectable and modest and revealing clothing? Like, if a woman is modest, then she gets hate because she's not dressing like a quote-unquote woman. But if a woman dresses less modest, then she's a hoe. Why do we need to keep putting down women, okay? Women can never win in any scenario when it comes to clothing, essentially. In another article I read, she said she is so excited for this album, which I am assuming is very personal and dear to her based on her new release. She said that this album would not have been the same without COVID, not that it's all about COVID and not that she's happy that COVID happened, but I'm thinking that she was probably in lockdown for so long that she had time to think and reflect her life and her past. So maybe this reflection gave her confidence to speak about vulnerable subjects, which is shown in the new song, Your Power, blah, 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 blah. She will probably be singing about her new transition in womanhood, or actually her exploration in womanhood. I already said that. Yeah, forget that. She's experimenting and finding her style, and the current style being that she shows her body. And before she found body positivity through sweats and baggy clothes, and now she has found body positivity in an old-timey pinup outfit with a corset that she looks fabulous in. So I have no idea where these Instagram comments are coming from. I feel like people expected this time to come, but they're just not prepared. I will list the track listing she revealed and put it on the screen as well. So the first one is Getting Older. The second one, I Didn't Change My Number. Third one, Billie Bossa Nova. My apologies. The fourth one, My Future. The fifth one, Oxycontin. The sixth one, Goldwing. The seventh one, Lost Cause. The eighth one, Healy's Comet. The ninth one, Not My Responsibility. The 10th one, Overheated. 11th, Everybody Dies. The 12th one, Your Power. The 13th, NDA. The 14th, Therefore I Am, the 15th Happier Than Ever, and the 16th Male Fantasy. Okay, I will discuss some predictions of what some of these songs might be, but take my word with a grain of salt. The first song, Getting Older, is obviously about her transitioning into adulthood and even womanhood as shown in the Vogue cover. My Future, which has already been released, is about not letting society tear you down. Oxycontin might be about a vulnerable experience of either her or a loved one who struggled with this opioid. It won't be the first time that she has talked about drug addiction. Not My Responsibility might be about it's not her responsibility of how her haters or even fans feel about her image or appearance. Cough, cough, the Sharon before cough, cough. It's the responsibility of those who listen to her or parenting the little ones listening to her. Obviously, Your Power is a vulnerable experience of a toxic power imbalance in a relationship she had when she was a minor. NDA stands for Non-Disclosure Agreement, which might be an experience that she had when she was taken advantage of by signing this agreement, so she was scared at the time to speak up when she signed it. Since she feels as though she is legally unable to say what had probably wronged her, she kept her mouth shut until, of course, now with this song. Just, I don't know, that's just a guess. And this might reference the guy in the song In Your Power, I don't know, since it is right after that song in the track listing, but that might not have anything to do with anything. Therefore I Am was already released, which is basically a middle finger to the haters body shaming her. Happier Than Ever might be a sarcastic remark about her fame. And although she is successful and very grateful for that, the music industry sucks, okay? It's very draining for a person, let alone a woman, who started at the young age of 13 in this music industry. She had to take harsh criticism and hate at such a young age till now. And however, it might just be another middle finger to her haters that she's getting even more successful by their hate, but I don't know. She never ceases to surprise me, so I guess we'll find out soon. In the summer, Male Fantasy will probably either be about that she's a fantasy that men have and they will never get that, I don't know, or that she suffered from subconscious thoughts on how to look good for the male gaze, because I mean a lot of her songs is about a boy that she's obsessed with, or at least 2017 songs. And I'm taking a leap on this one because she does not dress in a way that appeals to the male gaze, but maybe that's because she dressed that way so she can be loved by a guy without her body. I don't know, but she sings a lot about guys who she's infatuated with, such as Ocean Eyes, Hostage, blah blah blah. But I don't know, Ocean Eyes might not count because Phineas, her brother, wrote it and had her sing it, so it's not a personal experience she had, but I'm sure that she has a couple more songs about some guy she's infatuated with. But anyway, we will find out when it gets released in the summer. But anyway, what do you think of Billie's new era? I know I came across as super biased when addressing the comments who wanted the old Billie back, but I just can't see why people can't let people dress how they want, celebrity or not. I will try to be understanding if you have a different opinion though, because I know it's hard when someone you look up to has changed or changed their style. For me, it was hard when Brendan Urie changed into a more pop style, but I do respect his decision regardless but I do cherish his more emo songs back then. But anyway, this concludes my video essay /rant/analysis on Billie's new era. Have a good day. Do not idolize people and make good choices. Ciao!